Sorry, you have one job. You got one job.
What's my one job? Oh, that's the one job. Yeah.
Or do you have the clicker too? No, here it is.
I've not touched it.
That's okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, you can just hold it if you want. Just like, click that.
He usually just wrap it around Bo's neck.
Right.
Real tight and tie a knot in it, but he always kind of chews his way out.
It's on. Yep. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning. How is everyone? Everybody had their lunch? Want to thank Miss Kimberly Thompson from Resto Pro for sponsoring our lunch today. And I'll kick it off to her to share a little bit about what they do and how they can make a direct impact on our lives and our clients' lives.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So thank you all for having me today. And I just want to start off kind of asking a generalized question. Have any of you by show of hands experienced when you're going through any part of the process of representing, your clients, things like that, where you've experienced water damage in the home, any type of mold on inspection, things like that, right? So that's kind of come up quite a lot recently, actually, with our business. And so I wanted to kind of take that opportunity when Madison and I met to come in and talk to you all and see how we can better partner and assist you all. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit about us. So we are Resto of Lexington. So we are locally owned and operated. So my husband and I both own the business, and we actually just opened in March. So this is month 4, and we have been extremely busy. So obviously we've spent a lot of time in Richmond over the last couple of weekends, Lexington downtown as well, but definitely taking off because there's a need in our community. Okay. Want to go forward arrow? Yeah. Okay. So common problems that realtors face, and I'm sure you all can relate to a lot of these, but a lot of the calls that we get currently are for water leaks. That can be a flow leak, that can be a refrigerator situation, it can be an HVAC unit, condensation, lines, all those things we've experienced over the last couple of months. Crawl space moisture is a big one, especially during the spring, especially if you're selling a home or someone's getting ready to purchase a home. A lot of those things kind of go unnoticed because nobody's going and playing in their crawl space, right? But on the inspection, that report comes back and there's moisture damage, there's microbial growth, those kinds of things. And we do partner with a lot of home inspectors in town too. And so we are able to kind of help facilitate what that process looks like for either the buyer or the seller. Sewage backup, that's been a huge one for us in the crawl space. So again, you wouldn't notice that unless you were actually down there, right? So we do partner in a lot of these areas. The fire and the smoke, really the smoke, we've had a lot of calls from more so odor remediation. So we do have packages for that. We work with a lot of property managers right now and on several preferred vendor lists. And a lot of times we get those calls and tenants are moving out. We really need to help support that. But I've also had some calls here recently with showings and they can't get the smell out of the home. So we've been able to kind of partner in that way. So what we do, this is just a high overview of the services we provide. We are 24/7. That's one thing I do like to call to attention. So whenever we do have a call come in, you're getting a real person. So you're never going to get an answering device. You're never going to get an AI generated person. You're going to get us. So during business hours, we have one designated person that answers the call. And if he can't get to the call, if he's in a job or something's going on, it routes to me or it routes to someone else on the team. After hours, I take all of those calls. So if you have something that someone calls you at 2 in the morning, probably may not be the case with you all, but when those calls do come through, you're getting a real person and that person is safe. So you always will have that, which we do pride ourselves on that. And then again, one of the things we've already kind of talked about. So 3 things that save closing, again, as we've kind of learned in our experience thus far, fast response. So we pride ourselves on being there. Our response time on average right now with our data is anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. That's pretty fast compared to some other local companies within town. And so that's really something we really try to advocate for. Every time we have a situation, the call comes through. Obviously, when we have to triage things like this last week, we do kind of try to have to triage our emergencies over our inspections that are routine, but we will always be there with it. Take proper documentation. So we have a very robust documentation program. We also partner with insurance. So that question comes up a lot. I'm the insurance person. So for anyone who doesn't love your insurance or loves to deal with your insurance, I advocate for the homeowner because at the end of the day, we are working for the homeowner. We aren't working for the insurance company. And if we partner with you guys, we're working with you guys, right? And so our robust documentation helps us advocate to get the homeowner what they're able to have covered. We review policies. I review a lot of policies. I help them process all of that, their deductibles and how that payment is going to go. So that is one thing that comes up a lot that we've had recently. And then clear communication. We close the loop. There might be other companies in town that really aren't very good at that. We do pride ourselves on that. And so every time someone's informed, so even if you call me, something comes through, I'm working with the homeowner now, what's going on with that or potential buyer. And then at that moment, you're always going to have an update from me, someone on the team of what's going on. So you will constantly be in. That is something that is just a little bit different, but what we pride ourselves on. So water damage myths, these are some things that you can kind of help your potential buyers, sellers, things like that. And this is a real picture from a job that we were actually at. So, and this is really essential right now. So I told my team, get ready for a lot of mold calls over the next couple of weeks because a lot of people think things will dry on their own, right? And the problem with that is that mold starts, it has a food source, it has moisture, it can go behind wall casing, goes behind drywall, goes behind anything where that moisture was not dried effectively. Fans that you get at Home Depot, things like that, they're not industrialized. They also don't have that heat component where all of our equipment does. So it's to that standard, following the S500, which is our industry standard, and that ensures that everything is dried to where it should be. We also do daily monitoring, right? So we can tell with our hydrometers, our thermal cameras, if it's actually drying. Whereas if someone at home gets a box fan, you don't know that it's actually dry, right? So these are really important things. And then again, a fan will fix it. It doesn't fix it. So we've had a lot of calls, just even 2 this morning with mold, had previous water damage, thought it was dry. Now we're going out there to do mold inspection. Okay. Insurance questions, I highlighted that a little bit ago, but this right here, this is exactly what we help homeowners through. It's exactly what we help future buyers, sellers, all of those good things. So these are all questions that I get to be on the phone with and I get to help you. Okay, so all these things are really important whenever you have a situation because we want to make sure that we're always helping them understand the process, right? Because it's very daunting. Any insurance, just like your car insurance, you buy it in case you have it, but you don't ever want to have to use it, right? So our job is to try to help support that process because when someone does have to use it, that's what it's there for. And we just help them walk through that. So why Resto Pros, again, locally owned and operated. This is our team, minus one of our technicians. We had to hire a second technician in month 3. That's how busy we were. And so then we're going to be probably getting ready to hire another one in another couple months. But we're very much a family values company. We put our family first. We treat every customer like they're our family. We create that family culture too for our referral partners. So if we work with you all, it's going to be that same service that you get, and it's not just some random person you're talking to. You're going to understand who's in the company that you're talking to. But respectful communication, detailed documentation, like I already highlighted, and we really focus on helping customers, helping clients in the community, whatever their process is with this home, just so that they can take a stressful situation and we can help support them and make it less stressful. That's what we're there to do, okay? And so what you all can do, obviously, when you guys are in a home or you have a home inspection report come back, if any of these things are occurring and you happen to be there, give us a call real time. We've had a couple of calls where that person has been on site, they've walked through, they've actually seen it when they were doing a showing. Something with a refrigerator leak was one we just had recently, and we were able to call, that realtor was able to call us, we were able to get out the same day, perform that inspection, and now we're mitigating. So just again, if you all see those things while you're there, or the home inspection report, and you have that concern, the buyer, the seller has that concern, give us a call. We're happy, our inspections are free. So we will always come out and do that. So that's another thing I like to communicate too. We don't charge for our inspection. Okay. And then this is just, a success story we had. This is kind of what I was saying. We had a dishwasher leak just days before closing. They were in that, I think it's called discovery period. She had about 4 days for her husband to make a decision on this home. So we were able to respond quickly, document the damage. We got out there same day in about 30 minutes. We were able to dry the affected areas. We coordinated with the adjuster. I was on site when the adjuster got there, so that way we could advocate for the homeowner or the person purchasing the home, potential homeowner, and we kept everybody updated. So the transaction moved forward, we were able to get that sell happen and support, and so that's one of the things of just the success story that we've had with our loader partners. And then these are just testimonials. Again, being open, this is month 4. We've had all 5-star reviews, and these are real testimonials from our customers, so we're really happy about that. Just, you know, obviously being new, we have about 34 Google reviews in 4 months. Okay, and then this is our contact information, our website, so we really hope that we can help support you all if you ever need our services. The hope is you don't, but when you do, we want you to have somebody reliable. Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Hey, I want to add one thing. If you guys do not have this resource in your phone and know this resource, you need it, right? You absolutely need it. You need it, and when the deal is just starting to fracture and everyone is twisted, that's not the time, right? I can tell you this from experience that people's first inclination when they run into any one of these things with water infiltration or mold or something like that, even if it's a small spot, is to run away as fast as they can. Seller's first thing is like, oh, don't worry, we'll throw a fan on it, we'll spray some bleach on it. Yep. And they don't want to pay for something. If you don't call in a professional company like Resto Pros, you're not going to get the seller to pay for anything. They're just not going to pay. But when you come in with pictures, the moisture readings, the data, it's going to help your negotiating go much, much farther. You're going to get some extra time, right? You're going to get to talk about the price and what it's going to cost to mitigate. So, you know, just because everybody in the room might be okay with sweeping something under the rug, you guys owe it to your clients, because I'm going to tell you, when they go to sell the house at a later date, they fill out that seller disclosure. Are they going to have to disclose it? Yeah. Well, it's really cool when you disclose it, and then you put the packet from someone like Resto Pros in with the seller disclosure, and they know it's taken care of in professional, right? Water infiltration is a big one. I mean, it's just a big, big deal, and a lot of folks will just simply run away. So, you know, appreciate you guys. That's awesome. Everybody needs somebody in the phone.
Yeah, there's a lot of parallelisms between what you all do and what we do. You know, directly interacting with the client. One of the things you said that I love and that we do on a daily basis is we close the loop. So at the end of the day, as representatives of our clients, if we're not closing the loop for them, really, what do we do? It's our true advantage. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your sponsorship. July birthdays. Yeah. July birthday coming up. So Tanner and Tara coming up here this week. Amy, yeah, you're coming up here also. Isabella, Morgan, so Morgan.
It's a different Morgan.
Oh, different.
So it is not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Lots of birthdays coming up. So we'll all dance around just like SpongeBob here in the birthday time. No doubt. Bucket field. Any bucket field? Going once. Going twice. Yes, ma'am.
I'll fill your bucket. Yay. Thank you for hosting this meeting while Tara's away. I know it's so hard for us. But thank you so much for stepping in.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Yes, please.
I want to feel best in the bucket for being there to see the weekend, all the questions that or when my house comes on track and it's all through.
Oh, yeah. I love when that happens.
Making your bones harder.
That's right.
Little
Thinking
setbacks
about
like that
that.
makes your bones harder.
I also wanted to fill those buckets, just having, get here and being able to walk by our bed, that's been one of me. But, being able to ask a question, I've heard from other agents that it's been great. It's like, be able to have a quick conversation, after Facebook meeting or whatever, and say, hey, what about this? Here's your answer, and go on about your work. And it's really nice to have you guys here. You.
I just think it's trash.
Thank you. I'd like to fill your bucket for taking out the trash.
I know.
I know, I hate.
There were like
that.
six bags.
I hate that.
No,
I'm not supposed to take out the trash, like,
you shouldn't.
person.
I'm gonna fill Sherry's bucket. She, in the past, week, well, just last week, she sent over 2 referrals for a future agent. So where you took it from that. It's here. We also, Nora sent one over to Tara, and I believe Ashley did also. So those conversations that we had with these folks go so much better when, one of you actually refers someone in. I feel like they're already not only sold on what we do, but on this business. So, great conversation. So keep sending those referrals in. Madison brought me one today. Called her. She's coming in next week. So the story is out there, how we're different than everyone else out on the street. And a lot of it, I have to say, is best programmed with her. And what she's doing is really getting out there. So let's keep it up. Anything else? All right, moving on. Today's giveaway, $25 Amazon gift card. Let's be posting. Share what you learned today. Also, we've got some, I guess that's coming later. We've also got some career nights coming up. I'll touch on those here in just a second. We've got career nights here this in July 21st. So we're going to launch our first career night in Somerset this month. So any folks you know in and around Somerset, please send them our way. Let's get them signed up. I'm going to be doing that one myself and in our new Somerset office. So let's
So either share the career knot post or just share something about teammates and tag us. We'll enter you in the.
and Sherry's not here, so you can go ahead.
Sherry wins almost
Sherry
every time.
every week.
Okay. Every time I spin that wheel, it says Sherry.
All right. So, what's our responsibility when helping a seller choose how they want to bring their home to market? What is our responsibility today?
Represent their best interest.
Represent their best interest. What else?
Find your motivation.
Motivation. What's motivation?
Probably going to dictate the timeline, pricing strategy.
Right. What else? Anything? Price have anything to do with it?
Sell their home in the fastest amount of time for the most amount of money, the shortest amount of time.
That's right.
Least amount of hassles.
That's right. Least amount of hassle. So when we're talking to someone and what their listing status is going to be, how do those conversations usually go? So I'm going to ask you. A seller wants privacy, but they want top dollar. What status would you put that listing? I want privacy, but I want top dollar. What are your choices? Exclusive, coming soon. What else? What about if the seller needs 2 weeks to finish repairs? Hey, hold up there, bud. I need a couple of weeks to finish up what I'm doing. We've got some mold mitigation we need to take care of. What status are you going to put it in?
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Why not? What's coming soon brings to the table? Little. What's that?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Little anticipation. Hey, I'm building up some momentum here. Seller wants to test the market. They might have had that one before. Donna, have you ever had that? I'm not real sure. I just want to kind of test the market. I want to see what it'll bring. What status would you put that in?
Test the market.
Yeah, just test the
My
market.
job would be to explain to them why testing the market is not a good idea.
Well, sure. But you're not going to sell them on. They just want to test the market. Office exclusive. That's right. So what's best for the seller versus what's easiest for us is a question that we may have when choosing the best status for the seller. So a listing that's benefited from an active immediate. We've all got to fit. Most of us have. If not, you're going to. You know, you're going to get multiple offers. You get more exposure to the market and what's going on. And lastly, you know, probably a stronger sales process. How many have ever heard that your first offer is usually your best offer? Yeah. Go with that. Third scenario. Listing where coming soon can create momentum. Who does coming soon? Donna does. Who else? Anybody else? Coming soon? Let me ask you, why wouldn't you do a coming soon? You know that it's coming on the market. Why wouldn't you do a coming soon? Who looks for coming soon on the MLS now? 1, 2. That's right. Yep.
Agents primarily.
Agents are looking for the coming soon. Why are they looking for the coming soon? That's right. We're looking at our database and we know that somebody's looking for properties in that area. So we're looking for coming soon. So we can be on the cusp. So we can be that true agent who's out there working for our clients. Right? That's the reputation we want. Also, a broker open house. Donna did a broker open house for her big listing. Worked out very well. Obviously, it's not ideal for every listing. But again, it builds that momentum. We're looking for momentum. We're looking for a fast sale. We're looking for a quality client coming in that can afford the home and buy the home to make our client happy and give them the ultimate experience. So an off-market or an office exclusive. We just talked about an office exclusive. Somebody who may want to test the market. They're not 100% sure, or, you know, maybe they're just a little nervous about what's out there. But I know divorce scenarios, death scenarios, go into all the deeds of selling a home. Privacy concerns. Another big one is a high-profile seller, someone who is very well known. You know, you're going to have a bunch of looky-loos in there, a bunch of tire kickers. So that may be another reason to make it an office exclusive. That whole back pocket type listing that many of us hear and know about. The seller's goal is always different. Our tool that we bring is strategy. All right. The listing status is a part of our strategy. We're also quick just to throw it in active without actually having the conversation with the seller as to the why behind the selling and why it's so important to me. Any questions over that? I think it's important that we all pay attention to the clear cooperation chart that's in your handout there. We should have that. Those are going to come up and talk a little bit about that. And we're going to go a little deeper into what we've just talked about. That whole listing status and what that truly means and what our responsibility is ethically to our MLS, just generally being a good agent for our clients. Mr. Vogt?
Okay, guys, so one of the things you got in your handout is your clear cooperation chart. So there's one of the things I probably get questions to ask me more than anything is coming soon, you know, when can I show them? You know, office exclusives, how does that work? And all those little pieces. So does everybody have that page in your handout? Everybody see that? Okay, you see that QR code? Pull out your phone. Get that QR code. Don't save that on your phone real quick. right? Save it on your phone. It's probably one of those things. We started off this little segment today. It was like, hey, top 5 questions that, I get asked the most, right? And I looked at the top 5 questions, and a lot of them have a lot to do with these things right here. Now, these, there's questions. There's always questions about a particular deal, a particular customer, or something else like that. But the clear cooperation piece, let me just make sure you understand what clear cooperation is. We're not going to give anybody, as a member of the board, we basically agreed that we're going to give everyone an equal opportunity at any houses that we list. That's clear cooperation, right? They try to expand that and shrink it and go back and forth. But at the end of the day, if we're going to put something on the MLS, it's going to be accessible to all the members of the MLS. That's why we're all a member of an association, the board, right? The Bluegrass Association of Realtors. Clear cooperation is a big deal. It's probably one of those things that is the most frustrating when people choose not to go down that road. So if you look at your chart, you've got active, coming soon, office exclusive, contingent, and withdrawn. Does everybody realize that those are all the different statuses that you can put on your listings at any time? Did everybody know there was that many? Some of you are going to do like that. Yeah, you don't feel a pulse. We got bigger problems. Okay, good. So some of you look like you're like, what did you all eat out there? Okay, turkey. Yeah. Okay. All right. Pull it together. All right. Okay. So listen. So here's what we're talking about. So active is pretty straightforward, right? We know that we put things in active status, and there's your rules down through there. The next one is coming soon. That's one where I get the questions, right? I get questions like, when can I show it? When can I mark it? When can I post about it? Incidentally, team, when you're posting on Facebook, and I know there are a lot of agents that love to go out there and they shoot those videos, and you can see a corner of the house in the background, and there's no address and everything else like that. And I'm just over here on such and such street. I've got a great house. It's kind of, you know what? They're working in the grid, right? They're working in the grid. So just keep that piece in mind. So if you look down the side, there's a couple things on the left column there. When is public marketing allowed? Okay, on an active, okay, immediately. Sign the listing agreement, boom, you start marketing it. Okay, on a coming soon, immediately after executing the listing agreement. So pretty much the same there, right? You can let everyone coming soon. Now the next one, this is the kicker, right? If it's an office exclusive, there's never any public marketing of an office exclusive listing ever. Now, can you market it to the people in the broker? Yeah, it's an office exclusive. You can better that. Let me park it right here for a minute. If I had a goal, if I had a wish, if you will, it would be that every single agent in this brokerage did an office exclusive on every single listing when they got one. Because they always did one. Why would that be? What? Yeah, everybody gets an opportunity. We get first crack at it. Is there a shortage of inventory out there? Yeah, a little shortage of inventory, depending on the price point, right? Okay. Wouldn't it be nice to have a big block of listings that you got to see before anybody else? Yeah. Would that help you? Yes.
So if you start off with an office exclusive and the seller then decide later down the road to switch it to, an active, is that like?
Yeah. And typically, yes, and typically you'll make that decision on the front end, right? In a certain period of time. See a lot of people do coming soons with office exclusive, but you can never market, an office exclusive. You can't do any public market.
As long as you're under that.
Yeah. So it's just sort of in-house. Okay. What I like about it is you guys are getting a shot of each other's inventory first, right? It's sort of a team thing. We list a ton of houses, right? Every one of you would benefit from knowing about those houses before they hit the open market. Our houses selling quickly. Yeah, they're priced right, in good condition, right? Price, condition, location. Yeah, they're selling quickly, right? I mean, they're moving fast. So that being the case, it helps us, right? And again, there are agents in the market that do not like office exclusive. They feel like we're sort of pinhooking the inventory. Okay, can't really do anything about that. All we can do is follow the rules of multiple
listing service and board. Okay. So anyways, that's a piece right there. As far as, on the coming soon side, winter showings allowed? Never. Can't show it, right? Can't show it there. You can let everybody in the brokers know about it, but you can't show it. They can't go see it. If you decide to make it in all of these scenarios, you decide to show it to one person, you show it to everybody, right? And then this falls in the category of the question I get asked. Hey, Bo, I've got it coming soon. And an agent called me and said they've got a buyer that's willing to buy it today for cash and close in 2 weeks. What should I do? Anybody know what you should do?
Keep showing it.
What's that?
Keep showing it for about 2 weeks until it closes.
Can you take it? Can you make it live?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of those deals that person that absolutely had to see the house is ready to pay cash, close in 10 days? How many of you think those pan out? It's a smaller percentage. You all are very clever, and you should know that because you know each other and you run in the same pack. You run in the same circle, right? So just keep that piece in mind, right? Keep that piece in mind. Commit to it. You put something together with your seller. Now, let me ask you this. If you were to take your coming soon and put it live on the market because someone was ready to pay cash, right? Are you going to discount the home? No, they call it. I mean, it's like, if you're going to go down that road, and here's how you have that conversation. Obviously, and many of you know, that's how I love to start a lot of conversations. It's not made to make anybody feel like they don't know what's going on or anything like that. But obviously, if I'm going to take this home out of coming soon status, it's probably going to be to tender an offer that's going to be cash, 0 contingencies, and close in 14 days. Obviously, I wouldn't take it out of coming soon status for a run-of-the-mill offer. Obviously, you're the kind of agent that understands that if I'm going to take this out of coming soon status, it's going to be a full price offer, maybe even above list with 0 concessions, close in 14 days and probably cash. And a proof of funds letter accompanying that offer. And here's the thing, if they're not coming from there, the answer is no. Right? I mean, it just is. Guys, be a professional. Right? Be a professional. Because you just got done talking to your client about all the things and the strategies that you know how to do. And guess what? You just threw all that out the window because somebody heated you up and said they had an offer that's so ready to go. Okay? Take it from me, who is in a lot of those conversations. Sometimes it could potentially be a ploy to get their people in the back, right? Now, if it's an agent you know that's been in the market for a while, straight shooter, and you've done business with before, and you feel comfortable, and you fully disclose the reasoning behind that to your seller, because again, if you just jump on it and say, hey, I think we really ought to take this, and then it doesn't go, or they come with some crappy offer, how do you look? Desperate. Yeah, dumb, desperate. I hate to say dumb, but you look dumb. Right. Yeah. Best jump right on that. You look dumb, Bo. Dumb. You want me to spell it for you? No. Well, you just, again, we've ceased looking like a professional, right? And whatever you told them suddenly now is a little wishy-washy, right? So maintain your integrity, integrity in the system. You have a plan, work the plan. Now, if your seller maybe wasn't forthcoming with their true motivation and their true time frame, and about 3 days into coming soon, they go, we got to get this thing sold, right? I think we got to get this house on the market. Okay, so the first thing you're going to ask is, or the first thing you're going to say is, well, thank you, Mr. Seller. I really appreciate you sharing me that, and I'm curious. When we talked, you said it was okay to wait this long, and you told me your motivation and your time frame, and it appears maybe something's changed. Do you mind taking a moment and tell me what has changed? And then you're not going to say anything else. Then you're going to, guess what? You're going to get the real reason why they want to sell their house, real reason for time frame. You're probably going to get some insight that you maybe didn't have before. Okay? We don't just say, yep, okay, let's go. Full throttle. It'll be active by 12 o'clock today. Use that opportunity to get some additional information, right? Guys, you win by asking questions. It's not sell and sell. It doesn't work. You gotta ask questions. Ask, listen, ask, listen. They will tell you everything they need to know if you maintain your integrity and your credibility throughout the transaction, right? Understanding how this works, being able to explain it, right? And not shifting gears and pivoting 5 or 6 times, is not going to help you, right? And their confidence is going to go down, okay? So keep that peace in mind. Also on the coming soon side of things, days on market. This is interesting. Days on market, okay, doesn't accumulate while it's in coming soon. Did you know that? So you're not going to start racking up days on market, okay? Days on market doesn't also accumulate when you're talking about contingent deals or withdrawn deals, okay? Cumulative days on market also doesn't accumulate. So what paperwork's required? This is the big question I get too. Okay, I'm going to kind of go across here, all right, and share this with you. Active, what paperwork's required to be submitted to the MLS? Nothing. You put those together. We obviously keep it for our compliance, right? You're going to upload it, things like that. Coming soon, office exclusive agreement form, right? You have to send that into the board, okay? Or Caleb will come for you. Anybody got an email from Caleb? Oh, that's good, right? Yeah. Wait, who did? Somebody raise their hand. Who's got that little alligator arm? Okay, fine. Well, here's what it is. He's in charge of compliance. He's the one that calls you and says, "This is a warning. Next one, I'm going to find you." We got an agent in Southern Indiana got fined. No, not Southern. Somewhere. Cincinnati, Southern. Whatever. It was a state in the United States. We had somebody $5,000 in LS violation. $5,000. Yeah. I'm seeing more. What would we call that? Oversight now, right? That I've probably seen in a long time. Okay, they're watching. They're watching a lot because I get all the emails, right? And they're watching. And it's little stuff, and they're giving warnings and things like that. They just want to keep things tight. All right, it's okay. No big deal. Hey, understand? If you're not sure, ask the question and things like that. Office exclusive. You need a listing contract, exclusive right to sell. Exclusive agency and the coming soon office exclusive agreement form. There's a form for it. So that's your paperwork. If it's contingent, you don't need anything. If it's a withdrawn, you don't need anything. Okay. I'm gonna kind of wrap up on that. Guys, download it, keep it on your phone. I look at this thing every few times every single day, right? You look at all those boxes, there's a lot of stuff in it, right? So keep that peace in mind. The one thing one thing I did want to tell you about withdrawn is, no, we don't see a lot of those right now. Okay. The market's going to start to shift a little bit, and you're going to start seeing your sellers a little bit more receptive to fixing these homes, right? When the market's at a fever pitch, they throw them out there with anything, right? And people are still buying. Right? We've come out of that over the last 5 years. Here's what you got to realize. There are going to be some homes that you're going to put on the market that you think are ready to go, right? And they're not. You're going to get showings and they're not going to sell. Then you're going to get feedback on the condition or something with the home, okay? So what you do in that instance is you do a withdrawn. It stops the days on market. You withdraw it, you fix it, and you put it back on, okay? The reason we do the withdrawn is it's one document, super simple. Your listing agreement stays intact. Okay? We don't cancel listings to work on that shaky railing on the deck. Okay? But a couple agents that doing some withdrawals right now because they got a few offers and they got busted up a little bit on the negotiations because of the seller disclosure and the home inspection. Seller disclosure was tight, home inspection didn't go awesome. So they, and after a couple of those, suddenly your seller's a little bit more receptive to making the repairs and things like that. Withdraw, repair, put the house back on the market. Okay. So just keep that in place. That's what that's for, right? Storm comes, tree falls on the garage or something else like that, you can do withdrawn. Do that. What questions have you guys got? Anything? Okay, well, it's okay, because what I can tell you is this typically happens sort of in the heat of the moment, right? To certain thing. Bart brought up some great instances, you know, and where Bart's going with that is when you have people that are like, they need a little extra time, and what do they want to do? They want to wait. Well, can we sign it next week? Because we'd like to do this and this. And I'd like to plant some flowers and trim the hedges and pick up the dog poop, right? Whatever. Okay, we'll do it coming soon, right? The benefit to you is you'd lock your contract in, right? You sign it. Your listing agreement is ratified, and we're doing it coming soon. Can't show the house, right? Okay, so then during that time, we're gonna paint the garage, trim up the hedges, right? Break up the leaves, whatever it may be, okay? So, those are tools at your disposal to use to allow you to keep up the momentum that you have when you're moving something in the market, okay? All right, yes, sir.
Bo, you would withdraw, just from my understanding, you would withdraw and then relist just so you can kind of reset that.
Yeah, you just put it, you're not gonna, it won't reset the days on market, right? But what it will do is you'll be on the market for a couple of weeks, whatever happens, you decide, you withdraw it, you take it off, days on market stop, right? You do what you need to do, and then you put it right back on the market. And it's actually a setting in the NLS. It's been a while since I've done one, but if anybody's in your zone, you just go in and just like literally that quick. You gotta have the form. You get the form signed. You don't ever want to do a price change or anything to that listing without getting one of those status update forms. We think we can send something to the seller. Hey, we're going to drop the price 10 grand. They go, yeah, let's go. Or we have a phone call. Yeah, drop the price. You need to get the form signed and to them agreeing to drop that price. Okay. But yeah, the withdrawal is again, another tool, keeps you from having to take it off, put it back on, new LLS number, message with your marketing, stuff like that. And it's not uncommon. And the agents will ask you, hey, I saw we had pulled it off the market there for a couple of days. What was going on there? Yeah. We wanted to paint the inside of the garage. Garage door was busted up, so we put a new one on. Yeah. And we didn't even raise the price. Yes, sir.
On the flip side, if you're with a buyer and you come across a house, it's quite a bit to get to. There's always renovation on it.
Yep.
And, you know, the renovation will be a purchase of the primary house if they're looking for investment. Then we can also look at doing this stuff. So there's options out there for you. The house is not in shape to where they can fix it up, still get into it or fix it up itself.
See, but here's what I can tell you. Our mortgage folks, right? David and Dana, like the true professionals that they are, constantly looking for ways to help you put deals together. And they can chime in here. There's plenty of money out there, and there's plenty of people that want to loan it under a variety of circumstances. I'm just telling you, unless they've never paid a human, right? They're going to get a loan, right? They're going to get like 500 credit score. Hey, that's super easy. All you need is 50% down. It should get a loan. You know what I'm saying? Really, right? I'm saying, you bring enough down payment, I don't care if you're a ghost. Somebody will put that loan together for you.
You get FHA or VA, you had nothing down.
Yeah.
You're still having, you're still possibly good.
You're walking through, if you're meeting a buyer, you're talking, and for whatever reason, as you're having your conversation, you think maybe they might be in the military, or you notice a license plate or something else like that, or a sticker in the back window. This is how my mind works, right? Hey, I saw the Marine Corps sticker on the back of your truck there. Were you in the military? Yeah, well, I served in the Marines for fantastic. Thank you for your service. My father was in the Marine Corps. Really? Yeah. Have you looked at a VA law? It's an incredible option that our veterans are able to take advantage of, and rightfully so, right? So, ask questions, right? Be observant, talk to these folks, figure out a way, right? I wasn't in the military, but my father was. Can I still get a VA loan? No. Nice try. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks, Pete. Hey, guys, download it on your phone. Download it on your phone. Thank you, Bo.
Thank you.
So unless you've been living under a rock, noticed that Kentucky's gone through some severe weather, a lot of flooding. However, there's parts of Kentucky that's actually in a drought with drinking water, one of which is Casey County. So, you know, if you feel compelled to donate a case of water so we can get those out to folks in that community, we appreciate it.
Or is there a day we're gonna figure out how it's gonna get transported or picked up or anything like that? Is there a
So-
time frame on this to drop water off?
So, good question. I'll be heading down there next week, next Thursday. So if anybody wants to bring it in here before next Thursday, I'll truck it on down to Somerset, and from Somerset, we'll get it.
So bring it to the office.
Bring it to the office, please. That would be good. Thank you. No one has seen this piece of work. The summer.
I look rough. What's going on there? Been mowing the grass.
So she didn't AI your face like she usually does. So this is the real you. In case you didn't know, this is what you really look like.
She's got this to everybody's house, too. All
Yeah.
of her- It's on my fridge, it's on my fridge.
It's what?
It's on our fridges now, she said it's every house.
She sent out postcards. You know. So big pool party, BYOB, whatever that is, I don't know. I'm just gonna go drink their booze. Bring a side dish, something to share. Don't bring a side dish and, not want to share it with everyone. Don't do that. That's not very nice. Just meet up there. It says 2 to 8, but if you want to get there like 8 a.m., that's fine. We got both, work in the yard.
Just know that 8:30 both go to bed. I really don't care how long you stay.
Well, you heard it from me. All right, Mega Camp. Again, living in a rock, you didn't know Mega Camp. Has anyone signed up for Mega Camp yet? All right, the list of speakers for Mega Camp is amazing. We'll share that with you. We actually just got to register today to be able to see who is going to be speaking at Mega Camp.
Simon Sinek is speaking,
Yes.
speaker.
Yes, my fave. My fave.
So Mega Camp differs from Family Reunion. Family Reunion is built around every position in the org chart for a Keller Williams franchise or whatever. Mega Camp, only agents. So it's a little bit shorter, but it's just geared for real estate agents. So there'll be leadership people there, but it's productivity, building your business, those kind of things like that. So everything will revolve around that. Good time.
It'll make you smarter. Speaking of smarter, career night, we just talked about career night coming up here on the 21st and in Somerset on the 16th. So those are some really nice shots there. So help me out with Somerset. This is our first career night in Somerset. I could really use, I am asking you, I could use your support in promoting this. In Lexington, we usually run a pretty good crowd. We usually run between 12 and 20 people. So, I'm not worried about her show. I'm worried about my show. So, if you want to send people to Somerset instead of Lexington, I'm not going to worry about that. What's your part? This. Oh, right.
I'm over there doing.
Hey, gummit bow, now everyone's
over there on my chair.
Thank you,
Eagle is on the move. Eagle is on the move. So anyway, what were we talking about? Somerset, career night. So help me out, share this, promote this, make up really good things about me, and I would greatly appreciate it. Another picture of us. What's going on here? So next week, we're gonna. Who did the graphics on this? I don't know. Well, did you do the graphics on this? I'm John Norman.
Hey, don't even act like I photoshopped that shirt. You own that shirt.
How many I mean,
You picked out that shirt and you wore it that day, so just don't even start.
you're right.
Do you know what day to be, I had taught that top tier and I had to AI the rest.
I know. All right, you could have taken up like 20 pounds. That's really nice. Golly, at least get rid of one of my chins. Winning listing presentation. So we all know Tara is a pro when it comes to open houses and delivering a award-winning listing presentation. We're going to have some of our agents come up here and talk a little bit about how they do it and the why behind they do what they do. So it will be a fantastic opportunity for everyone. Next, the final stretch. So many of you probably didn't know, but David is a yogi, so he's going to be doing yoga here in his final stretch. So bring your mat. We call them the hospital. People be pulling stuff. So the final stretch. So avoid the mistakes after cleared close. No one has ever experienced that in the truth. No, ever. That has never ever happened. Clear to close just means watch out. There's 10,000 eyes on you. Do not screw up. That's where we are. And what do our clients do a lot of times? Screw up. So very informative. We appreciate David doing this tomorrow, 12 to 1. Make this a priority so we understand. You know, we just don't help people buy and sell homes. We help them with the financing part. A lot of what we do, if it's not a cash deal, is we're coaching them through this part. Because either they don't know how, it's been so long since they've done it, and it's changed. So it's very important. So always, and Bo mentioned it, leverage Dana and David and their knowledge. It's amazing the amount of help they offer for free. I don't understand that, but anyway. So tomorrow, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Tomorrow is.
I'm working on my days of the week. I'm working. I'm going to get there. So come watch Sheridan Pipeline Management. Who knows how to manage your pipelines right now? Raise your hand. All right, we've got one person. That's why we all need to be in here. Our productivity coach. Pipeline Management 2.0. Very important to come in and listen to this and learn things too and how to run business. Not for today, but for tomorrow, because that's what the pipeline's all about. All right, not for business today, it's for business tomorrow.
That's happening right after this.
Right after this, managing your P&L. Is it important to understand how you do business? Yes, it is. It's really easy to write all those checks out for all these associations, and for this marketing, for that marketing. But if we don't understand our total cost of sale, what's going to happen? You're going to lose money. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to be selling stuff. So come listen to Kyle today, Mastering P&L. It may be a real page turner, kind of like full of teeth, but for professional agents, and it's important to know how to run this. Anybody have a need that needs to be filled? Any questions, concerns, comments that are friendly?
I actually have a need. I have a need for anybody who's got listings that are looking for people to do open houses.
Open house?
So let us know as early as possible. And that is simply because our productivity coaching agents want the opportunity to do that. And we want them to have the opportunity to do every step to process. So if you have a listing and you need an open house done, try to let us know no later than Tuesday. I don't want our agents getting opportunities late in the week and then not having the chance to do every step in the process to make it worth everybody's while, including the sellers.
Absolutely. Madison, would it be possible for us to do a post on our internal Facebook page? You know,
We do it on Monday.
wanted,
For open houses?
yeah, wanted open house.
Have an open house, please let us know today so that they just have content.
I just noticed there's no way to post it in
Right.
it from, wait,
We have like,
Kyle Harrison's so sweet.
I just sent him an email, I'm ending this thing and restarting it. He's gonna be on me.
Maybe we could pin it so everyone sees it all the time, and then we'll start promoting it more and more, because it's, I mean, it's
Yeah.
critical for those in the coaching program to get practice.
and we're trying to follow the framework, like
Yeah.
laid out by Breakthrough 120, then we really need to have those open houses secured by the regulations.
And I don't know if anyone, I don't have capabilities, to send things, but I just reshared something. But last week, I think it was coming from valuable information about open house.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to send
Yeah,
us the document, or if you wanna share it.
Is there a chat set up, your
A chat.
chat? Because, the Cincinnati group, I got on theirs, and I'm constantly always getting, I have ID, and they put it out, and everybody else, they just communicate with each other the whole time.
We just have the Facebook group.
What platform are they using for chat?
I'm not sure.
From Facebook.
You set me up on it, I mean, I see it all the time. I need open house, needs to make work it, or I got this house I'm trying to sell, we got this, they're all just talking to each other.
Okay. I'll figure that out. Figure out.
All right. And that is it. Questions? Anything else? Thank you all for
Are
coming.
we using Keep Please, or are we using the? Keep Please is where you can post if you want somebody to do an open house.
What it is, that's
Or what, well, I would say not an open house, but if you wanted somebody to like do a showing for you, or like run an errand or anything, you can post in there and pay somebody to do that for you as like a one-time task, or you can repeat that. But if you need an open house done, post it in the internal Facebook. The Key Please isn't a chatting app, it's like, I'll give you this amount of money to do this for me.
It can't, it's very tactical. It's like, this is the direction, whereas we post it on Facebook, it's a little bit more strategic, we can have a conversation. All right.
We have a couple minutes before Kyle.
Yep, I'll start here in a few.
Come back at 12.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.